Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took one trade this morning. I have it on video. We're going to go over it right now. If you'd like to download the tools you see me use in these videos, you can go to the YouTube Trading Armor homepage, click on the little Facebook icon. That'll bring you over to the Facebook Trading Armor trading group. You can become a member, click on files. Then you can download the trading plan, the 2-hour calculator, and the trade tracking spreadsheet. So this trade is really interesting, and there actually was an error that I made during the trade that I've never made before, so it was a good learning experience for me, and I'm sure for you guys. So you want to watch this trade. It's very fast, and at the very end I have an announcement to make, which will be very exciting to traders that are interested in trading but not at 4 a.m. So stick around for that. As always, I start with Webull and the market's pane selected, top gainers, pre-market, because that's when we're trading. Click on all, organized by volume. And I'm only interested in the top 3 stocks. Right now it's like 424, but I was trading at 4 a.m. And this is really important to focus on the top 3 because there's already low volume during the pre-market. And if you start getting into these stocks that are 10,000 shares or less, you're going to have trouble getting filled. So even sometimes in these top 3 stocks, you have some difficulty getting filled if you're trading with larger share size. So then, beside being in the top 3, I'm also looking for lower float size, 100 million or 110 million shares or less. And the stock that I traded was WEI. It's the #1 stock right now, and it's also a low float, so that's pretty nice. Let's look at the video. So when I opened up Webull, this is at 4 o'clock and 37 seconds. WEI was actually number 4, but I have this screen open on my laptop. And often, like right at 4 a.m., you're not going to get really an accurate picture of what the top volume traded stocks are yet, because the volume is still kind of pouring in, but it really it comes in pretty fast. So by like 401 and 30 seconds, it's pretty much determined. And you can see right now it's like 425, and that #1 stock is still the #1 stock. So you can see the ones that were coming up. These are kind of like false positives, I guess you could say. The ones that were coming up right at 4 o'clock, there's really no volume there. So I removed those pretty quickly. And I have that screener that I showed you just a minute ago open on my laptop, sitting right next to me. You're looking at my desktop, and I can shut down Webull and restart it and make sure that that list is accurate. And that really helps out. I'm here in just a second. You'll see me pull up WEI. So I just got rid of those. Here's WEI. Let's see, what time is it now? 4:01 and 22 seconds. And that's still the #1 stock even 25 minutes later or so. So you can see how quickly. So that's important because you don't have a lot of time to get in for what I consider the safest entry, which is the first pullback. Because these stocks don't often, sometimes the first pullback doesn't even work. If you've been watching my trade recaps from yesterday and Thursday, you see that happen. But today, and here's the interesting thing, is that this is pretty much the same setup that I had yesterday on 2 stocks, and both those trades failed. I actually took 3 entries on those, and they all failed. Well, not 3 entries on each stock, but okay. So here, this is the part that might be a little bit confusing to a newer trader, but I consider this still to be a pullback, because here the price started down here, it ran all the way up to 198, and on this candle, even though the close is actually slightly higher than the close here, the range was much lower, and even the low end of the candle is much higher. So if you want to get technical, you can call that a consolidation, but I'm looking at that as a pullback. And now I can enter for the break of that candle. So the high of that candle is 192. This happens really fast. So I'm looking for 193. So I just paused it. And here we're going to hit play, and you're going to see how quickly it goes from there. And then I hit my hotkeys to get in. I get filled at 194. This thing's moving up really fast. I was definitely feeling the adrenaline because of how quickly this thing was moving. So I don't know, I think that had something to do with it, but that's still my fault. I need to kind of slow down and focus a little bit more. So I put my entry in correctly, 194, and then I put my stop in incorrectly. It should be 181 because the low of that candle is 182, and I always put my stop at 1 cent below, and that makes a difference because I'm trading 2R, so that actually adds 2 cents on the target. So the real target should have been 220. But that's not the end of the mistakes. There's one more mistake that I've never made before. All this time I've been trading like this, so this was a first for me. But this is a good learning experience. You know, it sucks that I probably left some money on the table because of it, but that's the price of learning. So you can see that I have my target at, I think at this point too, this is exactly what happened. At this point I realized my error here, and I knew I was off by 1 cent, so I knew I just needed to raise that to 220 and it would be good. And I was trying to go quickly because I was afraid that the price was running up so fast that it was going to hit my target. And you see what happened there. And the reason why this happened is because 218 is actually above the range of this, where this chart is, the scale of this chart right now. And what I needed to do was kind of pull back, like zoom out of the chart, so that the y-axis over here had more range. You can see that right here is 210, so 220 is not even showing up. So this is maybe like 215 or something like that. Yeah, it's actually 215 because you can see I click on it and it went to the very top of the chart and it's 215. And then I knew I was pretty much screwed because I knew this thing's popping up fast, and I was trying to zoom out. See there, I'm trying to zoom, and I just tried to grab it and move it up, and I just got filled at 215, even though it shows 213 right here. But that's how quickly these things can bounce up. You can see the ask is already at 217 and the bid is at 216, and that's why I got filled at 215, is because I'm selling at the bid. So yeah, there it goes. It actually sold before the candle jumped up there. So I was trying to move it up to 220, which was my proper target. I mean, you know, it could have been worse because, hey, at least I got filled for a profit, but I left a decent amount of money on the table, especially percent wise. I'm still trading, you know, with small share size, $71 right now. So I think that was 36 shares. But still, 36 times 5 cents is like $1.84, I think I calculated. But I'm not even sure if that is going to. I think if it hasn't already, it's going to hit my target. But it's not 100%. You can see I put out my actual target here at 220, and right now, here's where my stop would have been. Actually, would have been 1 cent below. It looks like it's going to do it. I'd kind of be surprised if it doesn't, because usually when these things pop up like that and they come back down, as long as they hold this level, as soon as the volume comes in, especially around like 5 a.m., these things tend to shoot up. So I won't be surprised if it hits my real target there. But if it doesn't, I guess you can consider it a happy accident. But anyway, so that's that. And then the announcement is, because I won this trade, I am going to be doing test trading at 7 a.m. So still pre-market, but much later. And the reason why I picked 7 a.m. is because that's when you get a huge volume surge. A lot of traders start trading at 7 a.m. in the pre-market. So I'm going to be testing a very similar strategy to this, and you'll see. I'll put out a video later whether I won or lost. And it's test trading, so I'm only going to be trading with one share, because, hey, if you're collecting data and you're testing, why the heck should you put good money on the line when you haven't proven the strategy yet? But this will be the beginning, and you know, I'll keep trading. 4 a.m. is going to be my bread and butter. That's where I'm trading my full share size, and at 7 a.m. I'll be trading with one share to start collecting data. And let's just look at the spreadsheet, then we'll call it a day. So you can see that that trade. Oh, I didn't even show you the P&L from that. I don't know if Webull is working. Yeah, there we go. 754 earlier. It wasn't showing it. So 754, but it would have been about 934, which makes a big difference, and I'll show you why in just a second. But let me just show you so you can see that that was my only order. So 36 shares, and I think that's all we need to look at here. I guess I could show you the week, which I'm still slightly red, and this is where the big difference Remember I said that I left about $1.84 on the table? So look at that number right there. I'd be almost exactly break even if, and again, we don't know. It hasn't hit the target yet, but I think it will. So that's interesting. And that's why, you don't, not to say I didn't purposefully weak hand that trade, but it was like an execution error on my part that caused a weak hand. Otherwise, if I did weak hand it, intentionally pulled that down, this would be yellow and I wouldn't be trading the rest of the month. So anyway, so here's that trade, 754, just like what Webull says. Still a 10.8% return, which is good, but again, it could have been a lot better. I mean, that's almost a 20% difference. So yeah, that, but hey, I shouldn't beat myself up because it was just a mistake and an execution error, and just got to learn from it and be more careful next time to try to avoid it. But at least, we broke the red streak for now, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. And we'll see what happens a little later today at 7 a.m. So stick around there will be a following video to this one. Probably be released around 9 or 9:30. And we'll see you then. So take care. Good luck out there. Always take your stop losses no matter what. Honor your profit targets, and you should be green in the long run. Take care.